was recently shopping for the NutriBullet after buying the Magic Bullet Mini and was just trying to figure out the size differences on Amazon and Walmart and eBay, looking for pictures that would give me some idea. There is a gap between the NutriBullet and the Magic Bullet Mini, where the Magic Bullet is a little bit bigger than the Mini and smaller than the NutriBullet. But I just wanted you to see, I wish there was a video out there I could have seen at the size difference, and the weight difference is really a lot. It's hard to express it in this video, and the camera kind of gives a slightly warped view. It looks like one of them's angled, but it's really not. Yeah, this is like such a big size difference, as you could see here. I think this is the 24 capacity. I don't remember what this one is, but it's big enough to do one smoothie for myself in the morning. I don't think I need something this big, but I might discover reasons for having something this big. What I wanted was the power. I didn't get the 900 because I read so many, the 900 and the 1000 is, a lot of people don't realize that this thing has a capacity line. They fail to abide by this max limit. Show you. It says max, and that means when the line is down there, you don't fill it past this line, because there is science in it involved, and air builds up, air pressure, and when you fill it to the full, there's no room for the air pressure, and that's why people complain that it's leaking all the time, and it wears out your unit because it has to work hard against that. But I saw a lot of people complaining that, you know, there's sparks and it burns out and all this stuff, and I figured, you know, I probably won't fill this full, and there'll be plenty of air room in it, so that I'll probably only be filling it this much at a time, and which would be like this much, still leaving only half full, and won't be seeing the sparks. One thing I did find useful in the Mini's little cup for nuts and coffee grounds is it really holds, it's because there's no liquid, so there's no expansion. It really holds the nuts in place, like, so they have no place to bounce around and avoid getting chopped up. It really is nice for that. So if this unit can come with a smaller cup, I want to try to get that accessory. I no sooner went shopping for these, and the price was affordable, and then they were like $48, and then all of a sudden they shot up to over $100, $99 and more, and I couldn't get it. And then the price started coming back down, so I got it at $51 at Walmart. But one of the things that I noticed in the reviews is when you're looking at the title of the review, it'll say the description at the title with this picture down below, especially pretty much anywhere. They'll use a different word, like a word like renew. That's what was showing on renewed, was showing on some of the ads. And so I didn't know what renewed was, and I scrolled down to find it because it was like it was like a low price for one of these. It was like, 40 and under, where all the others were like 69 and 99 and 100, over 100, $120. So I scrolled down, and you have to scroll down quite a ways past it's right below some of the, on Amazon, it's below some of the photo gallery pictures, and you'll see where another description pops up in more detail, and it gives the disclosure that those are refurbished. And that's what people are having a lot of trouble with, refurbished models. And they'll say that the blade had gunk on it, it arrived with gunk, or inside it was full of stuff where people had overfilled it, and then it overflowed into the body, and so when they went to see what was wrong with it, they discovered like corrosion and food. And well, you get what you pay for, they say, and that taught me a big lesson in regard to a lot of stuff, looking at good deals on these reliable store sources. And I'm going to be much more careful from now on that I don't make the mistake of buying refurbished. I'm going to look for those weird little words in brackets. I don't know. Yeah, brackets. Saying something like renewed or again or whatever, and read the thorough description. I go to the reviews. I skip everything it shows on the front because all that shows is like nice favorite things and a couple of little bad ones in order to make it look like they have a high rating. What I do is I scroll past the reviews at that show to see all reviews. And then instead of clicking, like just reading straight out, I click it, click the top button, and it'll drop down this thing that says recent reviews, and it'll say top reviews, and then you click down and say recent reviews, and that'll tell you what's going on this month, this year. And that's really important to get a good scope on, because a lot of times these sellers will get good product, right? They do, because they want to make sure that their store is going to sell and get good reviews built up. So they go with a more expensive, like out of their pocket, a more expensive, and then they start buying the cheaper refurbished stock. And that's when you notice in the recent reviews, you might find it starts dropping down. Now, if you see recent reviews that have either increased, which is a good thing, or stayed consistent, like it's still good, that's a good thing. But if you see the recent reviews have dropped, the packaging is no good, the shipping is really, the sellers don't have a whole lot to do with the shipping, except for whether you can tell when you click whether it was responded to fast. So if they accepted your order and it got shipped, then it's not them. But if they responded to your order and it's not shipped for a while, then it is them. But if it gets shipped and it takes long, it's the method, it's the madness, not the seller. So anyway, I probably could say a whole bunch more things on this, but I think those are pretty much the essentials if you're wondering what the difference is. This video is not on the power. There's probably a million videos out there that have the power difference. And if you're looking for that, you want to look for videos that show the respect, not the customer, but those reviewers who show the respect for the Max lines, and they some of them are really good if they go over the instruction booklet, because there have been some uh, other models that I I didn't go to for the price benefit because their instructions said one thing and their recipe books said another thing. I thought that was pretty, like, don't use ice, don't use nuts, not in this model, but in another, not NutriBullet, but in um, another model. They said don't use nuts, don't use ice in their smoothie bullet model, but they, in their recipe book, it said to put ice in there and nuts in there and other things, and raw meat, and I thought, well, that's ridiculous. And so I just went with something reliable. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. Reason number 2 why I went with this model was not just about reviews, but about replacement parts. Okay, the good thing about the NutriBullet line is that, except for this mini, you can't, for the mini there's like, you can get the blades. That's it. You can't, I couldn't find anywhere cups, replacement, ring, lid, accessories. I couldn't find anything mini. But for the Magic Bullet, not the mini version, the 1001, it had plenty of parts and accessories. The mini is the 10100 MB 10100, and mini, you might even think it's MBM. That might help your searches, but yeah, so these are readily available, and you can, some viewers have taken, or people that put up videos on the reviews, they're not necessarily reviewers, they're just customer reviews. They have taken the model apart to replace the inner pieces, and like this inner wheel, and these wear out pretty frequently. They're pretty soft rubber, they're not a hard rubber. That's to keep them quiet. The harder the rubber, like there's a hard rubber that's not brittle, and that one is long lasting, but it's a lot more noisy and probably harder on the motor too. So you just, when you get these, if you get a non-NutriBullet version, you're going to expect that it's going to be dead and you're going to have difficulties. The other model I was telling you had issues with its instruction and recipe book, differences in there. That one, you could get this size replacement for it, and they fit and matched the cups, but not, I don't believe, the blades, and only the cups only. And once the motor was burnt, or once this base, I'm sorry, not motor, but once the base needed this part replaced, you couldn't get any pieces for it. You'd have to throw their model away. But the NutriBullet, you can replace these pieces right here, these, and the blades. They're very readily available. The other model, you couldn't even replace the blade. Like, it's ridiculous. It's a lot of work shopping for a good one. The Ninja, I heard it worked really great, but people either burnt them out or they didn't last long because maybe they were refurbished versions. But I just saw too many. I threw it away. I returned it. It burnt out. It caught fire. And I didn't see that on these. But what I did see on these is leakage, and that's because one of the mechanical reviews by a guy that knows stuff, understands stuff, he said that's you're not regarding your mark, and it's leaking. And that's what I've been doing. I've seen reviews where the very first time somebody used theirs, it's leaking all over the place. And when I looked at those video reviews, they were full to the brim when they started. They jam-packed everything they could into it before they even started. And so before they even pushed it down to get it to work. So I hope that my review helps people have some reasoning, help you with the reasoning and the thinking it out about when you're shopping for what model to buy. I'm not necessarily promoting this model, and I'm definitely not receiving anything from them. I'm not a beneficiary of their product in any way, but I feel like I had a headache looking for models and trying to understand price differences of one particular model, any category of a model, and it took me a lot of work. And so I just figured all my work, I'm going to put that into a video and let other people benefit from it, instead of they got to pay their money and throw it away and try another one, and they don't know what went wrong, they don't know what they did wrong, and they're constantly trying other models, and they're putting up reviews that they never take down. This is great, and then a month later it's not great. It burnt out in a week, it burnt out in a couple of days, it stopped working. And what you need to do is, if it stops working in a day or two, or a week, put your review, but also follow all the instructions for your model before you put up a review that it didn't work because you overfilled it. Or they put up a review, this is the best in the world and 5 stars, and then a month later they never say, it only lasted a month. Or they never put the review after a year of using it or 6 months of using it, and give this honest review about how did it work, have you had to replace anything on it. These type of reviews are very meaningful and beneficial for people who are shopping and don't have a lot of money to spend. They're on a budget, but they're willing to put the money into something if it'll last and it can be replaced and maintained. So I'm one of those kind of in that situation type people. I didn't want to buy something at $38 and then have to buy it again in a month at $38 and so on and so on, and eventually come to figure it out, I need to buy the unrefurbished quality model that has replacement parts readily available. So that's it. Enough said. If you have questions, feel free to put them, in the comment. I respond very well to my comments, but I'm not looking for comments to boost my ratings. If my videos are good in quality and they go up fine and good, I don't monetize myself. If you see ads on my videos, I would love to know if they are a lot or a little, because I don't know what it looks like. I'm not monetized, so I'm not participating in advertisement. But I am curious about how obstructive they are to my videos, if they are, a real big pain in the butt. I'd like to know. You can drop a comment for me on that. But otherwise, I hope this video really helps your wallet and helps you in your search, just really shorten your search. So watch it and take some notes if you need to, so that when you're really shopping, you can look for the things that I mentioned in here. And I wish I had a mental ability to edit and do these kind of really nice videos for everybody. So I could put up keywords and things on the screen, but I can't really do that. I've lost that ability that I used to have. So anyway, I hope this helps you, and I hope you're having a good day.